This is the beginning of the end of X Factor. But luckily, that's not stopping Mark Russell from writing his ass off. Support the comic book industry by visiting your local LCS. My name is Doran. This is SEM Comics. We'll continue our coverage of X Factor. But number 9. Our story starts off with Ethan Farmer pretty much saying, Doom, this is all you. I'm going over here. Then you got one phone screen asking, will life be better under Doom's pitiless tyranny? The definition of tyranny is cruel and oppressive rule. So that'd be it now. And of course, Doom found out about the whole mind control thing, so of course, he wants it and is on his way. Christmas 2025. And Archangel is back, and now they're saying, do we even need the rest of X Factor? Yes, you need Forget-Me-Not. Granny Smite and Forget-Me-Not. Those are only two you need. But then we cut to New York, where we have General Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and she is incognito, and she's meeting with Frenzy and Havok, and they're eating French hamburgers. Literally burgers on a croissant. Guess you can't knock it till you try it. So despite the falling out, General Cinnamon Toast Crunch wants them to go on a mission. So Frenzy's like, what, to go get McCloud? And she's like, no, I'm not even worried about McCloud. He's not the first person who escaped from prison, and actually there are some benefits when they're out there. They're mutants, so when they escape, they're just escaping into a bigger prison. And when I read that, I was like, whew, Jesus Christ. Like, this is why Krakoa even happened, because of people like that. So then the general's like, look, I need this off the books. And Frenzy's like, you fired us. Why shouldn't we just tell you to go to hell? And then she just points to the TV screen as they're doing the advertisement for Doom plants that are coming soon. You want Doom to mind control the whole world? And Havok's like, all right, good point. So we got 2 planes and 2 missions, and they're going in opposite direction. You got Havok's team, and then you got Angel's team. You might as well start calling him Archangel, because that's what he's going to be here soon. So as Havok and Frenzy are talking, they turn around and they see that Cecilia, Cyber, and Granny Smite are with him. So Cecilia's like, I thought you needed a doctor on this mission. Cyber's is like, I miss you guys. I don't want to wear regular clothes. And Granny Smite just realized she got on the wrong plane. And that's why she's a keeper. So now we cut to somewhere in Chesnea, where we see the Black Wolf team got out of Genosha with the mind control device. They had no plane, and Doom, for all intents and purposes, showed up. How the hell did they get out of there? Mark Russell? Feel like Rick Ricardo. You got some explaining to do. Anyway, obviously they're trying to make a deal with Doom. They're pretty much going to hand over the mind control device, and Doom's going to pay him some kind of money, which, why would Doom pay him anything when he could just kill him? But that's neither here nor there. So the one big dude is asking Stretch 9. Every time I hear that name, I just want to go, Tech 9? Some of you are too young for that. He's wondering if they are going to get a cash prize for handing over the mind control device. And Stretch 9's like, maybe. I'm thinking to myself, no, you're just going to get murdered. But again, that's neither here nor there. So then the big dude's like, I hope so. And they're like, why? And he goes, hands. I want to buy hands. And then the alarm goes off. So Stretch 9 goes out there. And he's like, what do you see? And you see Granny Smite on a morning walk. So of course they're like, we're not sure. So he's like, fire, you idiots. So 2 missiles headed straight for, explodes, and does nothing to her. She sings at the Copacabana. And they're like, she's some unstoppable warrior. One that they call Talladega. I'm like, what the hell does that got to do with anything? Like, what is this, Talladega Nights? If you ain't first, you're last? Shake and bake? Like, I don't get it. So obviously she's a distraction, and the rest of the team is on the other side of the building, and they're breaking their way in via Havok. So as they're going in, Havok's like, Stretch 9's an idiot, but we got to make sure that helmet does not break, because if it does, it's over. So they make it to the room where they're holding the mind control device. Frenzy's holding the door, and she's holding back everybody on the other side. So the Havok's like, all right, kid, I need you to step up and use your powers. And then Cyber's like, about that. I feel like if I use it a few more times, that I might be knocked out and I might not wake up. And the Havok's like, look, I wouldn't ask you to do anything that I wouldn't be doing myself. But if Doom gets his hands on this thing, the world as we know it, it's over. And I guess Black Wolf is done playing because they just blow up the door, and then Havok's like, it is now or never, kid. So then he uses his power. Like, you can see his skeleton and everything. And he does fry the mind control device. So then the big dude's like, oh no, my hands. And Frenzy's like, you're too late. So then the lady with 3 arms and 3 swords is like, it's never too late for revenge. I got 3 arms, you got 2. What you gonna do? And Frenzy just kicks the Jesus out her ass. Havok picks up Cypher, who might be down for the count. They get out of there. And he also managed to capture the whole Black Wolf team. So Frenzy's like, how's Cypher? And Cecilia's like, in my expert medical opinion, alive, as he groans. So Granny Smite goes to check on him, and Cypher's like, is it possible to feel pain in your bones? And then, of course, break one, and now answer your question. So then Cyber's like, how do you do it, Granny Smite? How are you not scared to die? And she goes, I lost my husband and my kids. I lost everybody that I love. After that, I lost my fear of dying. Then I realized it wasn't death that I was scared of. It's the love that I lost. That's what scared me. So then she's like, this is my advice from an 80% sane old lady. Worry about filling your life with love. Death will take care of itself. So Havok starts to talk to his Stretch 9. All right, that's the last time I'm gonna do it. And he's like, you ready to go to prison? And Stretch 9's like, we've been there before, and we broke out, and we told ourselves we're not going back. But hey, just like you monitor us, we monitor you, and we know that 2 missions went out. One came to us, the other went on the other side of the world. Why do you think that is, Havok? He starts to think to himself. He's like, oh no, Polaris. And then we cut this somewhere over Columbia. You got Archangel, you got Pyro, and you got Forget Me Not, who they almost forgot about. So Pyro's like, what's the plan? And Archangel's like, the plan is that I'm gonna go in there solo dolo, do my thing, and you are gonna keep this plane circling until I get back. So he lands, and then he thinks he's Achilles and Troy talking about, come out, Polaris. And Polaris is like, you know I got a doorbell, right? So then she's like, where you been? And he's like, in the hospital. And she's like, so you come here to mess with me and you got metal wings? And she tries to use her powers and it doesn't work. And he's like, I got unbelievable health insurance. I'm like, dude, you're a billionaire. You probably own the insurance company. Hell, you probably own the damn hospital. I mean, when all the damn doctors was working on you, they was probably calling you boss. So he tells her his wings are non-ferrous metal, which I guess means they're not magnetic, which, Mark Russell, I need you to hear me on this one. Polaris is getting real close to being her daddy. Now we know if this was Magneto and Archangel was talking all that mess, that Magneto just stopped the iron flow in his body and made him comatose. So like, same rule applies here. Like, Archangel shouldn't be giving players any issues. But speaking of issues, Havok and his team are about to have all kinds of issues because Stretch 9, all right, I did it again, decides to crack his helmet. So Archangel is either going to try to kill Polaris or take her prisoner, and Stretch 9 is about to poison everybody.